What's up, Schmoedown fans? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. I'm Star Wars champion Andrew and Nicki Dimalanta.
And I'm Star Wars competitor Nicki Dimalanta.
You right there?
Yeah.
Caught you in the middle of a drink.
Hydrating, because I respect myself.
Sorry for the straw. I am dealing with the canker sore, and that's probably why I sound funny too.
Oh,
It hurts. It hurts.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I wish I could take it away.
I wish you could too, because
Sorry.
it sucks. Anybody else deal with canker sores? Yeah, 'cause I can't move my lip a certain way. Like if I go, ooh, like that. So if I stop.
You kissy faces?
No, that's no kisses.
No. Oh no.
Yeah, so if I stop or if I like sound funny, it's because there's a canker sore like right here.
I'll fill the silences.
3 matches to go over this week.
Don't worry. Yes. As far as news.
Oh yeah, everybody's dealing with the Chandra Black backlash.
The controversy.
Yeah, and we have our own thoughts about it. We have thoughts in our heads.
Endless posts about it.
Yeah, I mean, so there's 2 sides. So backstory, if you haven't heard about it.
I would find it very hard if you haven't heard at least some of it.
Yeah, so do you want to do it or?
Sure.
Yeah, you do it.
I don't have anything hurting in my mouth.
Yeah, so, much better if you talk. And less talking for me, the better.
So, yeah, in a nutshell, Chandra, he's doing as he does. And he's promoting his IG match because it's a big one between him and Mike for the IG championship. Mm-hmm. And as a lot of big personalities tend to do before a big match, they will trash talk each other or just trash talk the other person on social media. Mm-hmm. And Chandra definitely did that. And he's been doing it. And then he had one tweet in particular where he posted a picture. It was a picture that I'm sure several people have seen, definitely now.
Oh, yeah.
It was a picture, I think, of Rachel Cushing, Mike Kalinowski, Mark Knopfik, and Kevin Smets. And they were all holding the IG belt. And I forget what the original caption was.
It might have been something about past champions or...
Something about past champions.
I doubt it was because this picture came from that get-together to celebrate Kevin.
I believe the original post of that picture was people getting together celebrating Kevin Smets being announced as cancer-free. Mm-hmm. Clean bill of health, which is
such a
amazing.
Blessing. That's amazing.
And so, yeah, he decided he was going to use that picture to tweet out something about, something. Oh, wow, look at all these 4 past champions and current champions, soon to be former champion, and
that have never defended
this belt. Something along those lines. Obviously, a very rough summation of what he said, not exact. And I feel like half of the world, the Schmoedown world, is like, "How very dare you?" And then the other half is like, "What's everybody so sensitive about?" So. Mm-hmm. It's just been a lot of back and forth with basically those 2 sides.
And we've talked about this like off the air, and we won't go drone on about it because we've talked about it enough. But I think what really boils down to, for us at least, is coming from a competitor standpoint, like we can see both sides of it. Like there's promoting the match and being a terrific heel.
That's what bad guys do.
And then there's a part of like that was kind of like in poor taste. I mean, so you took a picture from a public domain, but you twisted it in a way that wasn't really the spirit of the picture.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like there's probably 2 big things that I feel like people are taking issue with, whether they realize it or not. The people that are taking issue with it, I feel like our community is very protective over Kevin Smets, rightfully so.
Yes,
and I feel like knowing the context behind that picture, it's like.
Maybe not use that picture.
Maybe not. Maybe that's just kind of sacred ground. Maybe you don't. And then I also feel like the other thing about it is that you're now going after 2 people that are not even active competitors right now. Yeah. Rachel Cushing, who is not an active competitor,
plans not to come back at all.
Never plans to come back, from what I'm aware of. Mm-hmm. And then you've got Kevin Smets, who is still recovering from his, battle with cancer.
Yeah.
And so he is still taking that time for himself, as he should and needs to. Yeah. I know that he wants to come back. It's just a matter of when and what's right for him and his health and his family. So, but the fact of the matter is he's not an active competitor right now. And then you've got Mike Kalinowski, current champ, and then you got Mara Kanopik, active competitor. But you're going after two people not even competing.
And the other person that has nothing to do with this match.
Well, yeah, 3 out of these 4 people have nothing to do with this match. And we also know that Rachel and Mara have, I think, multiple times made it very clear that they're not really comfortable with the character, the strong, deep character work. You know, and that's another topic that's been endlessly debated and talked about. I mean, for the love of God, Rachel Cushing said she's gotten death threats before.
Over movie trivia. So you can only kind of imagine why she's really not cool with it, you know, because obviously she didn't get it from other competitors, but just the stuff that kind of comes from. Yeah, being such a high personality in the Schmoedown,
So I feel like those are probably the main points of contention. I might be missing something. I don't know because I'm not involved in that picture. I'm not involved in this match. I'm not involved with this situation directly. But that's, if I had to guess, I'm guessing that's what people are taking issue with mostly.
Yeah, and again, we can see both sides of it. It's like there is a side to like playing your character and being, you know, the heel that you're supposed to be within the Schmoedown. And then there's the other ones like maybe pick your battles, maybe choose the right, you know, try to find the right ways to go about it.
Yeah.
Or the quote unquote right ways to go about it. But no matter what the situation, I think we both agree we will always side with the side of the player.
I think
being competitors in this league, we always side with the competitors.
Unless there's something that a competitor or other part of the show were to say or do that is completely off base, obviously off base and out of line. Then an exception is going to be made.
And then,
but in this kind of a situation, I'm probably always going to side with the competitor.
Yeah, and it's the tricky thing because like, you know, people always compare to like, oh, well, wrestling, they do this all the time in wrestling, in sports, something like this. Like, well, one, that's wrestling. Two,
this isn't wrestling. It's just loosely based on it.
Yeah, and 2, we don't get nearly paid. It's like if this was a full-time career, we get paid enough to cover the bills.
If I was getting paid 6 figures, say whatever you want.
Sure, go ahead and do whatever.
It's not paying my bills.
No.
You know,
no, you just got your last, you know, your last thing for your last match. Yeah,
it's already gone.
It's already gone. In one hand, out the other.
Yeah.
So,
but because I know that there are the people that are like, "What's the big deal?" You know, he didn't do any personal attacks. All he did was state the fact. You know, on their records that they've never defended it, and it's like, no, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I think where this draws, where this happens, or where like why it crosses the line is one or several of the people that were a part of that photo, a part of the trash talk, didn't really like that part of it. If that makes sense.
Well, and I would also venture a guess that they weren't made aware that it was going to be posted.
Yeah.
Which would also have been a nice courtesy. Like, hey, listen, I know this is a match you're not a part of, but I'm gonna do this. Is that cool? You know?
Yeah.
Probably would have been nice to do that. If it was just something about Mike, then I could see him just doing it. But since you kind of are roping 3 people that are 2 inactive and the third, all 3 are not involved, it's just kind of like I get it. No, he didn't personally attack any of them. He did state a fact, but because somebody was like, it was just a fact. He's just talking about their records. Herp, derp, burp. And it's like, if you can't be so dense that you didn't get the implication behind it. Yeah, he was just stating facts. Yeah, he just kept it to the Schmoedown. But if you didn't get the undertones of that message, then wow.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, you can't deny it. He didn't personally attack them. He did keep it to Schmoedown. He didn't make any personal attacks, but you know what he was trying to do with that post. He was trying to get under people's skins, and boy did he.
Oh yeah, he made some waves. And like that's the thing with the Schmoedown, like being, you know, because it not being our careers, you have, you know, obviously you have Chandra Black, the chosen persona. Then you have Chandra Black, just the guy, the person, you know, the real human being. The real human person that we've met and talked to, and is a really, really cool guy.
Yeah.
But we're being as competitors and as personas within the show, we're using our personal accounts. That's where I think it starts to get muddy.
The lines get blurry.
Really blurry. It's like, well, wait a minute, are you Chandra or are you the chosen right now? Who are you talking as? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it gets really muddy when we're forced to use our personal.
Not forced,
but
it's just the way that it is.
What's the word I'm looking for? It's not forced. We have to resort to using because.
No, I mean, you could very well make a second account.
You could, yeah, that's true.
You're not being forced or anything.
Who wants to put, I don't want to put the energy into doing that.
It would be an interesting thing to maybe have a persona account, but I know beyond the shadow of a doubt that there are fans out there that would seek out your personal account and trash you there or tag you there.
Yeah.
So,
and then,
it might mitigate the problem, but like it is extra work. I don't know if people be into that. Probably not. One thing that somebody suggested that I thought was an interesting thing, especially the Schmoedown were to continue growing, which God willing, it does. Somebody suggested out there like, oh, wouldn't it be great if there was some kind of first of all, I'm getting kind of tired of the word heel. Holy Jesus Christmas.
Bad guy. Mean man.
Oh my God. I know I've said this before, but I'd never heard of the word heel before the Schmoedown. There are just certain buzzwords. I should make a list of all the Schmoedown buzzwords.
We'll talk in the
I'm just like, they just make me itch when I hear them over and over and over. Maybe for the end of the year, I'll make a top 10 countdown of Schmoedown words that make me want to slam my head into a wall. But yeah, what was I saying? Something about heels.
Yeah.
Somebody suggested, would it be a good idea to maybe have like a heel 101 type class? Like here are the boundaries. Yeah. Here's what it's cool to, here's the kind of things that it's cool to say. Here's the kind of things it's not cool to say. Yeah, what's cool on social media? Yeah, that kind of thing. I think that's pretty involved for the level the Schmoedown's in right now. And if it were to continue growing, I mean, maybe right now, just make a cheat sheet of like rules. Yeah, it's like, I don't really think it's that. I don't think it needs that much.
It shouldn't be that hard because like,
it's not that big of a deal. Yeah. Every once in a while, something happens that people freak out about. It doesn't happen too often. So it's not like it's a prevalent problem. Yeah. But it's an interesting idea.
Yeah. And I was a heel last season. I didn't do anything on my socials because I don't like to trash talk on Twitter. I've never done it, so it'd be out of character for me. And but it was hard to be that character all the time. It's exhausting during matches. But like, if I were to make a heel turn again, I was to do something like that, I would always try to follow a couple of things. Like one, keep it to the game. Obviously, don't go after appearances, which is dumb. Why would you ever do that?
I have seen somebody make a couple of appearance-based things. Since like,
stay away.
Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. Stay away from appearances. Keep your trash talk to the game. So only things that they've happened to players and some of the things that they've done in the game. And 3, backstage before anything happens, DM that person. Say, hey, I'm about to say this on Twitter, or hey, I'm about to say this on the show. Are you okay with it? Is there something that I shouldn't say? Is there anything you don't want me to say, or steer away from? Because spoiler, behind the scenes, we're all friendly. We're all, out of all the people we've met, we were very friendly with them.
I'm sure people are people. I'm sure there are some real feelings. Yeah. But by and large, most everybody's friends. Yeah. If not everybody. Yeah, but not everybody. People also have real feelings and real emotions. Yeah. And people probably do get actually mad sometimes.
And it's a show. We all have to make sure we're all on the same page and make sure we steer the show in the right direction.
And show each other respect. Yeah. Because that's a huge part of the game, But yeah, I usually say, I like to pride myself on trying to see multiple sides to an argument. And I can definitely see it here, but I am going to side with
the players.
The players. I mean, Chandra's a player too, but on the side of like, I'm all for you doing your thing, but
yeah, but there's also people like, oh, how dare you? How do like, and it's completely backfired on him, and then now they're coming after him. It's like, hey, he tried something and it obviously didn't work.
Well, and also it doesn't make it okay for you to personally attack Chandra the person.
So that's why we say we side with the players. Yeah. Either if it's, understanding and defending the people that didn't agree with it, or coming to Chandra's defense like, hey, look,
he's a person too.
He's a person too. He obviously tried something. It didn't go the way he thought it would.
Maybe it did. I don't know.
or maybe it did. Either way, we're going to, if anybody's coming after anybody in the situation, we will always side with the player.
For sure.
And make sure they get the respect that they deserve. Yeah. Can you hit the fan? I forgot to turn it on.
Oh, did you hear that?
Yeah, that popped.
Yeah, no, because, you should be allowed to have psychological security in any venture that you're a part of.
And it's tough. Being a heel
I can't imagine. Especially, like, think of a Chandra, think of a Mike Kalinowski, think of a John Roca, a Ben Bateman, and Andrew Guy. Because I've heard plenty of times that back in Team Action days, there were people that genuinely did not like Ben and Andrew. Yeah. But because they didn't know Ben and Andrew as the people. Yeah. They knew them as the action guys,
Full transparency. I didn't like Mike before we met him.
Kalinowski.
I was like, God, what a D-bag. Jeez, calm down. Jesus.
Nicest guy, though.
Good job, buddy. You got James Bond every single spin. That's your, and I was one of those fans. And then we met him in Orlando. I was like, God, man, what was I thinking? Nicest guy ever.
Because it's so, and
it's
like
so
you said,
easy.
the lines are so blurred when you see them on social media. And something else, speaking of Mike Kalinowski, the other people, somebody brought up was like, oh, Chandra didn't say anything over the line, blah, 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 just stated facts, blah, blah, blah. And then somebody goes, well, how come nobody trashed Mike Kalinowski? And then they like screenshotted something that Mike was saying about Ben for one of their matches in the past. And he like called Ben a bad word.
No word.
That starts with a B.
Yeah.
And call him a B and, say he's never going to amount to anything in the Schmoedown, had to latch himself to a champion to get his free ride to the top. And he really went at him, as Mike Kalinowski does. And they're like, well, this was way more over the line than what Chandra said. Why is Chandra getting this much backlash and Mike doesn't really, and blah, blah, blah. I feel like there's a lot of different layers to that. I think
it really boiled down to not everybody that was in that tweet or attached to that picture wasn't cool with it. And two, you're going after two non-active, well-beloved players of the game. And I think that's what it really boiled down to.
I think something that Christian said was like, if you want to be a bad guy, you go after the beloved competitors of the game. And boy, did he. But I don't know. I can't speak to what happened when Mike said that thing. I don't know what happened. Did he get any backlash? I don't know.
Yeah.
But he did cross the line much more than Chandra did. I don't know. And maybe it was just because it was a different game. I don't remember when that match was.
And for all we know, there might be even more layers to this. Like, nobody checked with us. Nobody DM'd us to make sure it was cool. And for all we know, everybody did. And then they're like, hey, let's put another layer on top of this.
For this Chandra thing?
For this Chandra thing.
It didn't happen.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You never know.
I'm pretty sure. But, I don't know. I wasn't involved in any potential DMs, but I don't think so.
Oh.
But
either way, everybody's talking about it. Everybody hates Chandra for it now. I mean,
choose your side, pick your adventure.
Yeah.
The tweet's deleted anyway, so if you didn't see it, sorry. I'm sure tons of people have it screenshotted
already, but
because that's the age we live in. Because guys have receipts because it's 2021.
Hey, that's a lesson to all you youngsters. Don't put anything online because it'll live there forever in one shape or form.
So glad social media didn't exist in its current form when we were in high school and college. I'd be so embarrassed.
Dumb stuff we would have said, and the dumb stuff like
I would have been so embarrassed. Yeah. And it would be there forever. And
it wouldn't be like, non-PC stuff. It'd just be dumb.
It would just be like stupid young kid stuff.
Yeah. All right, we've journaled on this about enough. I know we want to just touch on it, but it deserves a lot of conversation. A lot of conversations being had about it. So
yeah. I don't think there's any right answer because there's certain people that you're just never going to convince them. Because Dan Murrell has been very vocal about not being okay with this. And there was a guy that was like going back and forth with him, blah blah blah. And Dan Murrell was, not short posts. He was going into long posts,
novels,
about like why this is not okay and why this is going to drive people from the league away from the league and why Dan Murrell is just about done with it kind of thing. And do you want to push Dan out of the league?
There's a lot of stuff that fans don't see that competitors have to deal with and are that just unfortunately they deal with after every match they play and even like, when they're not playing.
This close to being like I don't need this kind of thing, but Dan Murrell is telling you all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Dan fucking Murrell. Yeah. And this guy's like, agree, disagree. And it's like, you know what? I respect your opinion. I'm not saying that you have to agree with Dan Murrell, but it just goes to show that there are just some people you're never going to change their mind. And that's okay.
And there are some competitors that I've talked to, I'm not going to say names, that have been like, you know what? I'm just pretty much done with this. I'm not going to do it anymore. And it
hasn't happened because, it's been deterred, but,
But this person was this close to going,
I'm done.
I'm done, guys, later. I already talked to people about it. I'm done.
Yeah.
But then they got talked out of it and they're still in. So,
I don't know. Just if you wouldn't say it to their face, maybe don't say it.
We're such a small part of the internet and we're such a small, tight knit community.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. Have your fun, but also be smart and use common sense. Like, damn.
Yeah.
All right. First match.
Okay, wow.
We got an IG match.
Ooh.
We've got
that's right.
Ethan. Oh, it's our two timers. Ethan, big time Irwin of the Suspects versus Paul, prime time Oyama of Swag. Setsu Clacks. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why that started.
Because you said set the clocks really quick.
Set the clock. Round 1. Paul missed a question about Gary Busey, which Christian probably peed himself. But then he was happy that he got to do his Gary Busey impression.
They say the same thing about me.
Make jokes from an obscure part of a Scrubs
reference
that nobody's gonna get.
Elliot Reed makes she thinks she looks like Gary Busey in her driver's license sometimes. Driver's license, yeah, or passport, something like that.
Hey guys, I shouldn't talk too much because my mouth hurts.
I struggled to get that sentence out because
I know. Ethan missed the question about Frida Pinto. Oh, and something about how Dobby had a sock in Harry Potter. There was a sock. The answer was sock, and it was something about Dobby
to him or something like that. I guessed the sock. But
I know that there's something about Dobby and a sock. I'm not sure what Dobby is or what he does.
House elf.
Okay.
Our friends dressed.
Is he magic?
Yeah. Everything in Harry Potter is magic.
Word.
But but our friends dressed their dog up like him. Remember that? They just put a pillowcase on him, and then he peed inside the pillowcase. It's like, you didn't think about that, guys? He's a boy. Hello.
Gotta cut him a pee hole. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. It's like, oh no. Oh no.
And he also missed the question about Incredibles 2.
Oh yeah, because he said Incredibles, didn't realize it was
real
Incredibles
close.
2.
And they both missed a question about pirates. I know that I'm pretty sure Ethan has said, I don't know if it was, well, privately or publicly, but he definitely missed. It was uncharacteristic.
Yeah.
For Ethan to miss this many, but wow, it's IG.
It's IG. It's very specific.
First match.
Yep.
And IG. So by the end of round 1, 6-8 in favor of Paul. So close to a perfect round. Well, I mean, Paul missed 2 questions, but it's whatever. Round 2. Ethan spins Star Trek.
Ooh,
wow.
I think he likes that.
What luck. He did go to multiple choice once, but he got it right. Ethan, I think, likes Star Trek. What a nerd. Paul goes,
Nerd? What?
Paul goes, he spins away from scores and soundtracks. Understandable,
Yeah, it's a tough category in any division.
And then he gets X-Men.
X-Men.
He goes to multiple choice 4 times.
Yeah.
Is that all 4? Is there only 4 questions?
I think there's 5 in IG.
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure there's 5 on IG.
I feel like you're I feel like
it's
you're
different
right.
than, yes, it's 4 in singles, 5 in the specialty.
I never remember. But anyways, he goes to multiple choice 4 times, got 2 of them, missed 2 of them. One of the misses was stolen, the other was not. So after all of that, by the end of round 2, 12-16 in favor of Ethan.
Oof.
How the
The turntables.
There you go. I forgot what it was. How the turntables have turned.
How the tables have turned. Are you trying to think of the Office quote?
Yeah.
I think it's how the turns have tabled or turn. I don't know. I don't watch the Office as much as everybody else does.
How the turntables have turned. Round 3. 2-pointer for Paul. Wizarding World. In Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, whose is the name to come out of the Goblet of Fire? What's the Goblet of Fire?
I don't know.
What does that
Don't ask
do?
me.
Does that mean you're student of the month? I don't know. Never seen it. Victor Crumb. Got it.
Cool name.
Yeah, bro, cool. 3-pointer for Paul. DC. Will Arnett and John Gallagher Jr. play Lieutenants Grass and Evan? In what DC film? Jonah Hex. He missed it.
Oh, I forget. I always forget Jonah Hex is a thing. Played by Thanos.
It always makes me think of Jonah Hill, but he's not in it. But I want him to be because it's called Jonah Hex.
What's his face that plays Thanos? Megan Fox is in it.
Oh.
He's got like a burnt face. He's like, you're talking like this all the time. Yeah. He's like the cowboy Two-Face or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know a lot about Jonah Hex.
That sounds vaguely familiar, but it always makes me think of Jonah Hill, and I'm like, I don't think he was in that. I doubt he was the title character. 5-pointer for Paul. We're going to stick with him. Animated films. Who voices Marianne in Strange Magic?
Never
heard of it. Evan Rachel Wood. He missed it. And with that, 14-16 in favor of Ethan with a TKO in his debut IG match.
Ethan Irwin, triple threat? What?
Who would have thought?
What? I mean, not that it's not like he like blew Paul. Paul just had, I think this is a match where Paul just had a rough match.
He had a rough
second round. and a rough third round.
I mean, he misses 2 in his first 3 in his 5.
And misses 3 in his 5.
So it was a rough match, but for sure.
On the flip side of that, Ethan missed 3 in the first?
Something like that.
Yeah,
3 or 4?
Had to check down. Yeah, 3 or 4 in the first. So it's like the beginning of the match.
6 to 8.
Yeah,
so I think, he missed 4.
It's like, Ethan's not, he's not doing terrible, but he's not doing like Ethan Irwin. What
we're used to seeing in singles and teams.
Yeah, exactly. But then he has a check down once in the second round and doesn't even have to answer anything in the third. So it's like, good debut. Yeah. Just, it wasn't like, oh my God, Ethan Irwin is like a Mike Kalinowski in IG. It's like, he's a legit triple threat. It's just not like, I would still if you line up all the triple threat players within the league right now, he's probably like behind, because obviously Mike Kalinowski, Chance Ellison, who am I missing? Barbarian is a triple. He hasn't competed in teams yet, so you can't call him a triple threat. Ben Goddard. He's somewhere in like
Janine the Machine.
He's somewhere around that behind those players. Mm-hmm. It just has maybe the more.
Jen Kemp.
Yeah, exactly. So the more, I didn't even put Jen over Ethan at this point in the IG, just because she's had a little more experience because it's a very specialized division.
It is.
And if you don't know how to navigate it properly and you don't get the spins you like, it's very hard to come back from, as shown by Paul.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to come back from missing that much in the second round or checking down that much in the second round.
Yeah.
So more to be seen. And then his next IG match is against Robert Parker. So it's like,
that's a rough go.
If you miss 4 in the first against Robert Parker, he gonna make you pay for it. He can really make you pay for it.
Yeah.
So he has a little bit more brushing up to do for IG, but a strong showing. Mm-hmm. None of like blow my socks off, amazing showing, but okay, you can swing it in the
definitely
IG.
Respectable.
It's a respectable showing.
I got 0 questions right.
I missed like 5 or 6 or something like that.
I don't think I got any.
Yeah. IG's the difficult swing because sometimes I'll play along at home and I missed 1 question. Let me go into this division next season. And then the next match comes out and nope, I got 1 question right. Yeah. I am not jumping into that division.
No thanks.
Yeah. So
never.
I mean, yet to be seen because he got a category he really liked in the second round. What happens if you don't get a category you like in the second round against Parker?
Of course. That's always the question for regardless of the competitor.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, get more matches under his belt. Maybe he'll continue to play throughout the seasons. So that's something that I would really look forward to. Can you imagine if Dan Morrell if he plays IG next season? Because he's not going to do it this season. He's been teasing it for the longest time. Imagine if he goes into it next season and you get Ethan Irwin and Dan Morrell
in IG
of all places.
Like what?
It's like, what? But I like this little friendly rivalry that Ethan and Paul have going.
It's cute.
They've played so many times in singles and in teams. Now they get to go against each other in IG. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, because they just did this. Wait, did they just recently play each other in singles? Mm-hmm. And then they just had this IG match. And then very soon we get to see Lightning Time versus Final Exam. So, they've been meeting up a lot lately.
And it's not
Don't know how to quit you.
Yeah. And they've gotten the one up on each other every once in a while. So it's not like it's a lopsided rivalry.
And they're bros. Yeah. So that's fun.
It's fun. They're hiking in Hawaii.
I want to go hiking with Ethan and Paul in Hawaii. Yeah. Ugh. No fair.
One day.
Probably not, but I'd love to.
We'll take the family in Hawaii and we'll go see Paul Oyama.
I've never been to Hawaii.
I've been twice. I only remember one because I was like 2 or 3 the first time I went.
That doesn't count.
It doesn't count, yeah. So
that's why I'm not busting at the seams to take our kid anywhere. I'm like, she's not going to friggin' remember it.
4, I think 4 is when we start taking her places because that's when she's really going to remember stuff.
Until then, I'm just punishing myself. Why?
Yeah, my cousin was taking their daughter who was born, a week after ours?
Something like that.
Yeah, and they took her to the zoo when she was 3 or 4 months old. It's like, why?
I mean, to each their own, but I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
no way.
Oh, honey, look at the elephant. Blah, okay.
Yeah. No, now she's at an age where that would be fun.
Oh yeah, it'd be fun to take her to the zoo.
But if we're talking about going somewhere,
family summer trips and stuff,
she ain't gonna remember it.
Yeah,
Why am I gonna spend that money? We'll wait until she can appreciate it.
Or we just win the lottery. I mean, just go now. It's like, hey, Paul, we hit you up. What are you at, bro?
We win the lottery and become financiers of the Schmoedown.
Yeah.
Go call me Christian.
Yeah, I think I've said it several times. We win the lottery. I'm throwing some money at the Schmoedown.
Hell yeah.
Buy him a studio or something like that.
We're going to invest smartly first, and then we'll do what we got to do.
Throw a couple million here and there.
And go, hey, Christian, how much do you want?
Yeah.
Name me a price. Play me in Star Wars first, and we'll see.
The amount of points you get, we'll put a couple zeros behind it, and that'll be what we donate.
That'd be so dumb. Oh, next match. We wouldn't do that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Gotta win the lottery first.
Yeah.
Next match, we've got ourselves. Yep. Gotta buy a lotto card to win it. Yeah, that's usually how it works. Our next match is the round 1 singles tournament match. Very much anticipated. We've got Video Drew of the Dungeon versus Downtown Griffey Noobs of the Finstock Exchange. Very much happy for this match because I know Video Drew is one of your favorites. I love her too.
Video Drew. We've said this already many times. It's like she first debuted. It's like what?
I don't know.
What is this chick doing? It's very awkward, borderline annoying. Got her more matches.
Oh, she has settled in.
She's settled in so well,
so
and
perfect.
I love Video Drew. She's one of my favorite. Like she's becoming a really strong player now too. Yeah. But pure character, love her to death.
And she's quick too.
She's very quick-witted. She's love Video Drew.
And Griffey Noobs from match 1.
You are a shameless Griffey.
I'm a diehard Griffey Noobs fan. Regardless of his faction, whatever.
You tweeted out like Griffey Noobs is like the most gifable.
Most gifable.
Yeah.
And I made some Griff gifts and he liked them. Big moment for me. So, no big deal, gifts. But we're
Griff
internet
gifts.
Friends. He doesn't follow me.
I like the...
Yeah. He's hilarious. So we were very excited about this match. Yeah. Round 1. They both got perfect rounds. Oh, yeah. Griff missed the bonus, but Video Drew got it. So by the end of round 1, 8-9 Video Drew.
See you, girl.
I see you. Round 2. Video Drew spins away from Pixar, gets Stephen King, goes to multiple choice 4 times.
Some rough Stephen King questions.
Rough go. Yeah.
And I think it's one of her strengths or something that a category she likes at the very least.
That happens though.
Yeah.
Just because you like the category doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to know 100% of the things about it. Yeah. Sometimes it's just a rough go and sometimes they're just deep questions. Yeah. So she went to multiple choice 4 times, got 3 of them, missed 1, but it was not stolen. Oh. Griffey Noobs goes, spins 2000s, decides very swiftly to keep it. Multiple choice 1 time, got it. Now it's 12-15 in favor of Griff Noobs. Round 3. And considering what a rough round that was for Drew, to only be down 3?
3? Yeah, that's a gettable match.
Round 3, 2-pointer for Video Drew. Oscars. What best picture winning film follows a CIA agent who uses a fake movie production as a cover to rescue 6 American hostages in Iran? Wow. Argo. She got it.
Starring Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Starred and directed by Ben Affleck, I believe.
Word. 3-pointer for Video Drew. Black Cinema. Which singer stars as Savannah Jackson, a successful television producer in the 1995 romance film Waiting to Exhale? She used herself a JTE or 2 or whatever and kind of throws out an answer that she's like, Whitney Houston? And it was right. So that was fantastic. Yeah. Bounces it back to Griffey Noobs, 2-pointer. Crime. She's back. Who directed the British crime film Lock, Stock, and 2 Smoking Barrels? Guy Ritchie. Got it. 3-pointer for Griff. Steven Spielberg. Which Spielberg film co-stars Terry Garr, Melinda Dillon, and Bob Balaban? Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
And then we get
a challenge. A challenge that he said Close Encounters of a third kind. But because, we were watching on a YouTube premiere, we had the luxury of tapping back 10 seconds a couple times, and he very clearly said, duh.
And it's like one of those situations where we can't go back to the tape, Kaiser. What are you doing? They accepted it.
It's just a matter of, no, I heard the right answer. Yeah. Which... rightfully so, because he very clearly said the or the. I don't remember how he said.
Yeah, and Kaiser's done this a couple times where it's kind of like a
desperation Hail Mary.
It's like you're challenging that?
Yeah,
okay.
I was surprised by that.
There's a couple of times where he's done that. It's like, okay.
I mean, I was surprised, but at the same time, it's like he's also it seems kind of like I'm really just trying to turn the tide in my favor, and I'm just kind of grasping at whatever straw is there. It was overruled. 5-pointer for video, Drew. 1980s. Gregory Hines played Detective Ray Hughes in what 1986 action comedy? Running Scared. She got it. Fantastic. So now we bounce back to Griff for his 5. Horror. David Koepp wrote and directed what 1999 ghostly thriller that stars Kevin Bacon. My dude didn't really hesitate too much. Stir of Echoes. He got it. And with that, 22 to 25 in favor of Mr. Griffey Noobs.
Good match.
Fantastic
match. And
Drew played her heart out.
Oh, yeah.
Griff is living up to the hype.
Yeah. He finally answers a 5, so he proves he can answer a 5. And it really just came down to that rough second round for Video Drew. She navigates it well, but it's like, I wonder what would happen if she was stuck with Pixar.
That's what I'm saying. You wonder what would happen.
Yeah.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. What would happen if she had gotten a different...
Yeah, but she didn't give away any steals. But, the flip side of that, she had to check down like on all 4 of her questions. So it really came down to those. But other than that, man, like she played out of her mind.
Hell yeah.
There was a couple of times where she was like, this?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
the Whitney Houston
and
one,
you commented this on as well. Like you're tired of people saying, "Oh man, what a pull."
Another word that's going on my end of the year list is "what a pull," because I feel like everybody always says, "Wow, what a pull" for any big
correct
answer.
Any big correct answer.
And it's like, no, that waiting to exhale answer from Drew, and she was kind of like, "I'm not sure. I think this is it." Whether it was a out of nowhere guess, an educated guess. I'm sure it was an educated guess.
Yeah.
I'm sure it wasn't just a shot in the total dark. But that to me is a pull.
Yeah. You had to pull.
Griffey Noobs getting Stir of Echoes without too much mental exertion. That's not a pull. He knew that answer. Beyond the shadow of a doubt, he knew that answer. That's not a pull.
A pull is like you need all 3 of your JTEs to get there. You need to reach in the depths of your brain to find it.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just I know Whitney's big in this day, so I'm gonna say Whitney Houston.
Yeah. I feel like that's another word that people use way too much in the Schmoedown for any answer. Like, wow, what a pull. It's like, no, they knew that.
Yeah.
They didn't pull it from anywhere.
Yeah.
It was right there.
No, it's almost like referring to you pulled that out of your backside just to get it right.
Out of your butt.
Out of your butt, yeah.
Yeah,
use a different word, but we can't use that. Can't use that no word on this show.
No words.
Yeah.
But fantastic match. Not only was it a well-matched match between 2 great competitors, back and forth. She's leading at the first. He's leading at the second. They have to go all the way to both of their 5s. Yeah. Fantastic match from a trivia standpoint, but also character work. Super entertaining. They're both hilarious.
The
they're
character
both
work
so quick.
Yeah, and it's effortless with these 2.
Yeah,
it's so there are some characters where it's like you see that when the promos are going, their interviews are going. It's like, oh yeah, there's a character, and then they start the trivia, and it's sort of all that just melts away.
It's now I'm just playing.
And they're just playing, and they kind of have to force those moments of character work. With these 2, it's just like. Yeah. Okay.
I'm just at this point, I don't know that it's a character.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed this match on multiple levels. It was so entertaining. The trivia was just on point. Back and forth. The kind of matches I love seeing in the Schmoedown.
Oh yeah.
So and now, oh my God, we wanted to see this. I would have. If it was the other way around and we saw Video Drew going up again,
I'd be just as happy.
Just as happy. But I am so excited in the New York live event. The undercard will be Griffey Noobs going up against
the Carpathian. Josh
Horowitz in New York.
Cannot wait to see that.
Oh my God! And they're both undefeated.
Yeah, that's right.
Somebody's coming out of that match with the loss on the record.
I cannot wait because
it's gonna be so good.
I don't think that Horowitz plays a character. I think that what we see is pretty authentic him. Yeah. And he's pretty low key, pretty I'm here to do my best and have fun. Yeah. And then there's Griffey Noobs, who's I'm going to say ridiculous stuff. I'm going to talk about diarrhea chests.
I'm not going to talk about poop anymore. That's one of the things about Griffey Noobs I love. He'll say one thing and I'll wait and nobody gets it. It's not that I'm saying this. And one of those.
The redefining a rookie.
Yeah. Oh my God.
He's so good.
He's so good. But I think this match, especially not just for the character work, not just obviously to move further into the Ultimate Schmoedown tournament, but like this race right here is who's going to start pulling away from Rookie of the Year, because both of these guys are up for at the very least a nomination at this point.
Oh yeah,
I think whoever wins this one starts to edge out that person. And it's like, now this will be the clear person. This is who I think everybody's gonna be looking at for Rookie of the Year.
Very, very possibly, because Griffey Noobs was drafted with. I forget exactly what was being said about him, but that he's just like this monster, this beast at trivia, and that you're all gonna F and C, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Josh was coming in, and I feel like it was just kind of like, another like celebrity kind of person.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
And then out of nowhere, he's like really good.
Yeah.
And went like 3 or 4 matches now straight.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So it's these two similar but also different stories of like, well, this guy's the real deal, and then this guy who's like, well, we'll friggin' see.
Yeah.
And they're both fantastic and entertaining to watch. So I can't wait to see what happens with
and
these
it's
two.
not going to be a digital match. Oh, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Oh
to
my
see
God.
them like in the same room. Just the vibe. Like, I can't wait.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome. I
cannot wait to see that.
Get your tickets.
Get your
Schmoedownlive.com.
Get your tickets. And also, but still, Video Drew.
Yeah, no, I can't say. She's improved from match to match.
Oh, yeah.
Not just from season to season. From match to match,
Significantly.
you could see the improvement in her gameplay. And especially in those polls matches. I think before she would just throw something out there like, this. I think now she's really starting to like
Carefully think
about like, all right, it was released in this year. Who's popular in that year? Who is a singer and popular in that year? Whitney Houston?
Yeah.
That sounds right.
No, she's got a bright future ahead of her, especially with, I feel like you go just a hair farther when you got the gameplay backed up by an amazing character.
Absolutely. And I think the fact that she's such a beloved character,
Yeah.
that alone, she can lose her next 2 matches. She'll still get matches because she's a beloved character within the game.
Easily.
Especially for next season. Knowing how next season is going to go, and the roster is going to cut down the entire Schmoedown roster is getting cut down to like 60 people? Something like less, around 50 to 60 competitors. I mean, Video just got to be in that 50 to 60. She has to be. Everybody wants to watch her.
Everybody loves her, and the significant improvement that you see her make every single time she gets out there.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty inevitable that she's going to be. We're going to have her next season, as long as she wants to be there.
And this being a tournament match, we said it before. There are opportunities for singles players, especially, to get out of tournament matches with pay-per-views. So we'll probably see her again at some point down the season. I really hope so.
Yeah, I love her. Okay, our last match for today. We've got another round 1 singles tournament matchup. We've got Ben the Boss Bateman of the Dungeon versus Scary Perry Nemeroff of the Quirky Marks. And everyone's like, we going to get another replay of Kalinowski Nemeroff?
Yeah.
You know, you never know. It's a possibility.
And this is the other match that they taped at the Scum and Villainy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Round 1. The best part about it is that Ben Bateman brings his gigantic whiteboard. Hilarious.
That's what you call commitment to the bit.
So glad. I'm so glad he did that.
At this point, he just F everybody. Like,
yes, of course.
Like, you know, people are going into this, watching this match, like, well, at least we don't have to deal with Ben's stupid board anymore. Hey,
think again, dummy.
Guess what, idiot? He brought it with him.
Guess what? Round 1. Perry missed a question about Mars attacks, and then they both missed a question about cop out.
On that Mars attack thing, I continually forget that was a what was the director?
Burton?
Yeah, Tim Burton. Always forget that's a Tim Burton film.
I never realized that.
I know Natalie Portman's in it.
That I did not realize.
Yeah, she's the first daughter.
It's been 5 million years since I've watched Mars Attacks.
Yeah, because it was I always forget that Jack Black was in that. He gets melted.
Wasn't
holding the American flag.
Wow. Literally the only thing I remember about that movie, I can see what the aliens look like in my mind. And they all talk like yeah, that's all I remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything else. Can't tell you anybody who is in it.
Do you remember how they beat them at the end?
I just told you the only thing I remember about the movie.
No, they use like sound waves, like they high pitches.
When they make their brains explode. Is that where Kingsman got it from? Maybe. Didn't they do the same thing?
No, they used
people's heads exploded though.
Yeah, because the chips in their head they caught, they sent out the signal to make them all explode.
Seems familiar. Cancel them. At the end of round 1, 6-7 in favor of Ben. Round 2, Perry spins away from mixed bag. Understandable. Gets new releases. She likes those. Multiple choice twice. Got one, missed one. It did get stolen. Yeah. Ben goes. He spins opponent's choice. He gets given mixed bag. An interesting choice.
I really thought they would have gone with the Jurassic Park.
I was sitting there like, why are we even talking about this? Yeah. Give him Jurassic Park. Yeah. What are we doing?
It's a very specific category. I don't know if he likes it or not.
I'm sure that they had their reasons. And maybe they were thinking, I don't know. I'm assuming that they get their wheel in advance. I don't know how far in advance they got their wheel. I don't know. But if you did get it in advance with, maybe an hour, a couple hours to spare, maybe Ben saw that and he was just on IMDb like Jurassic Park speed reading.
Or how long ago did they know this match was coming? So it's like, all right, so Perry's definitely going to put Jurassic Park on there.
Also very true.
So maybe that was in the conversation that her and Coy had.
That they were like, he probably brushed up on it. He knows who you are. Yeah. Like she's going to put new releases in Jurassic Park.
Or horror. So he probably looked at those 3 categories. Like, let me brush up on those really quick because I know they're probably going to be on the wheel.
So maybe that's the rationale. Who knows? My mouth dropped open when they said mixed bag.
What? Mixed bag? Guys,
maybe they figured Jurassic Park is this compared to mixed bag, which is everything. Yeah,
and you can get that off the cuff because in the second round there's always that like weird wonky
random
one. Yeah, the random hard question in round 2. It's like, oh.
Yeah. But didn't go as planned. He did well. He only went to multiple choice twice and got both of them. 11-14 in favor of Ben at the end of round 2.
Still gettable.
Round 3, 2-pointer for Perry. Pixar. You find the characters Forky and Gabby. Is that right? In which film in the Toy Story franchise?
Toy Story 4.
Toy Story 4. Got it. 3-pointer for Perry. Musicals. Which 1996 Muppet film features the song Shiver Me Timbers, Cabin Fever, and Professional Pirate? Muppets Treasure Island.
Challenge happens.
They challenged it, saying that that's not the title. What an interesting challenge.
Yeah.
Because she said Muppets. Wait, she said Muppets Treasure Island. Muppets, plural, Treasure Island. They challenged it. Adam and Ben both got on the microphone, I think, at some point, and they were like, that's not the title. That's our challenge. And that was basically what was submitted. And they were like, well, what's your challenge? That's not the title. It's like, okay, well, what is the title?
So what's the title?
That's what I was like flabbergasted. I'm like, okay, what is it then?
Just say what the title is. It's not like you're waiting for them for a steal or anything like that.
Yeah. Like, if you're challenging, that's not the title. What is it then? I was just it was such a bizarre challenge, especially considering the free for all, the Muppets, all the drama, all the drama with that. The Muppets. Yeah. So kind of ironic. Coy was like, are we serious?
There should be a bruh. And he says so much in the post animation. The bruh challenge. Come on.
Like, bruh. Really? It was weird. It was just so weird that they were just like, our challenge is that's not it.
It's like, why don't you just say like, this is the title?
Very weird.
It's very strange.
Anyways, it was overruled. The actual title is Muppet. One Muppet, Treasure Island, but she was able to, exactly, a great usage of benefit of the doubt. She was able to demonstrate that she knew which movie they were talking about. I don't think there's any other movie called Muppets Treasure Island that it could be confused with.
They knew exactly what she was talking about. They accepted it.
So it was overruled. Again, kind of like the Kaiser challenge in that last match. It seemed like a desperation, like, hey, we're getting real down towards the wire. Let's do anything we can, which I respect that.
Yeah. And we've said before, if you see like a small chance, go for your chance.
If you see the door cracked open, you try to step into it.
But like the way the rule book is now, it's like now you have to shift that mindset. Now it's like, if you see your chance within reason, then you shoot your shot. But if you're just like, no, she's missing the S.
This one was kind of a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
It was interesting, but I get it. Overruled. She got it right. 2-pointer for Ben. Horror. Linda Blair. What? Linda. What? Oh, I'm guessing maybe appeared? Linda Blair appeared in what landmark 1973 horror film? I'm guessing that's what happened there.
Probably.
It was The Exorcist. He got it. 3-pointer for Ben. Will Smith. What actress stars alongside Will Smith as Rita Escobar in 1999's Wild Wild West? Very interestingly and uncharacteristically, Ben missed. I forget who he said, but the answer was Salma Hayek.
I was puzzled by this. It's like very uncharacteristic.
Well, as soon as they said Salma Hayek, he was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, it's very strange. It's like I would expect him to know this. One, know it, and I don't know if he confused it with something else, but it's like it's a very like not a great film, but it's a well-known film of the 2000 early 2000s, 2010s, something like that. It was when Will Smith was just like cranking out movies left and right of this genre.
Right.
So it's a well-known film enough. And Salma Hayek was all over the trailers. I mean, how could you not put Salma Hayek in the trailers?
Yeah.
So it's very strange.
Yeah. Well, and you could see by his reaction, he's like, "Oh my God, I knew that. Why did I say what I said?" Which
it happens
to the best of them, you know? So we're going to stick with Ben. 5-pointer. Whoa, for Ben. Biopics. Steve Zahn plays Officer Tucker, who finds sympathy towards Ron Woodruff's developing cause stemming from his own father's Alzheimer's battle in this 2010's Oscar-winning film. That was just words. Wow.
That's what sentences are.
You're not wrong.
Words.
Dallas Buyers Club. He got it right. Okay. Wait a minute. That wasn't Ben. That was Perry.
Perry's. Yeah, I was like, what?
My bad. I wrote Ben, but I was probably just effed up from that Salma Hayek question. That was Perry. She got it. All right, now we're 5-pointer for Ben. 1990s. Who stars as a successful architect having an affair with his white secretary in Spike Lee's Jungle Fever? Wesley Snipes. He got it. 21-21, we headed ourselves into sudden death.
The first of the tournament, I believe.
Question 1. A question about basically who starred as Jeremiah Johnson in the film Jeremiah Johnson. Unfortunately, Perry said, I think Clint Eastwood. Wait, no, I'm sorry. The question was, no, I got it. Who plays Jeremiah Johnson in that movie of the same title? Perry said Clint Eastwood. The answer was Robert Redford. Ben got it. So with that, 21-22 in favor of Ben the Boss Bateman.
He advances to the next round, and Perry, that close.
She really was.
That close.
She almost did it again.
Yeah, she had a couple of missteps in the second. Got a real lucky break with the Salma Hayek miss, and just couldn't pull Robert Redford. So
yeah, I mean, I don't know. 73. I think it was a 73 film.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe it was. It's not a Western. I don't know. But
yeah,
I don't know why that like genre pops in my head. But it's an older film. I don't know if it's like kind of niche. I'm not sure, but it happens.
Yeah, and I think Perry's one of those players where it's like how she does in round one kind of dictates how the rest of the match will go for her. Mm-hmm. Because in matches where she's missed like several in the first, it's like she can't really recover from that. I think she did well enough in this first round to stay in it as long as she did. Mm-hmm. Because she went into the third, down 3?
Yeah.
That's very gettable. And, you hear it all the time from competitors, and especially like somebody like Brendan Myers. Like, if you were within 5, you can still win it.
Heck yeah.
So you're going to have to answer more questions if you're down 5. But she kept herself in it. It's just she couldn't pull out the very last question.
Unfortunately, one question into sudden death.
Mm-hmm.
But no, she still played a great game. Mm-hmm. She almost took down Ben, which I feel like in the polls for this match.
Yeah, people were counting her out.
People were obviously counting her out, very heavily favoring Ben. I get it. But she almost did it again. So,
yeah. Yeah. So Ben, fortunate enough to that 3-point miss didn't kill him. He was able to pull it out in sudden death.
That's lucky.
Yeah.
That's real lucky.
Yeah. So
yeah.
We've seen it several times where something like that happens and it's just like, oh, and just slips away from you.
But not every match is going to be a super stellar match. Mm-hmm. He still got the win. Doesn't matter how he got there.
Win's a win.
He still got it.
Mm-hmm.
So he advances to the next round. Brackets are still not out. Mm-hmm. So we're not 100% sure who he's facing. But we did see a call out on Twitter. Mm-hmm. So, maybe keep your eyeballs on that. Yeah. And see how that develops.
Who we do talking that track?
Well, after that match premiered, like I think it was that same night, I was like perusing Twitter, and Miss Paige for Betty I forget what she said, but she was like, you got lucky, Ben. I want you in round 2. You got real lucky against Perry. Now I want you. And he replied back like, okay, rookie, whatever, that kind of thing. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, could you imagine?
That's going to be because
and I think Paige lives over there. So it could be a studio match if it were to happen. I don't know. She was at a taping. Oh, wait. I don't know. I mean, unless she flew out for a taping. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe not. Well, I'm excited at the prospect that could
She's on your faction. You should know this.
I don't know these people and everything about their lives. I don't know where they all live. Get out of my face. Lord. Okay, what's William Bibiani's social security number? You're in the same faction. What's Brendan Meyer's birthday?
I know he sells soap.
Oh, me too. I'm not even on this faction. Jesus. Get to know your faction mates, bro. I don't know. But she probably does live in Boston. Yeah. But I remember seeing her at a taping. Yeah. But yeah, no. She called him out.
Yeah, could you imagine? Because I love Perry, but Paige she's good.
She's been showing improvements.
Paige has been very good in the last couple of matches.
And I think it would be interesting to have 2 players like this go against each other because you got one, a very seasoned veteran, former champ. Yeah. And then you got this very up and coming rookie who is quite confident in herself. And I just think these 2 A-type personalities, it would be delicious to see them go against each other. What a collision that would be. But I don't know. All we saw is that she called them out on social media. So, I mean, we'll see. I don't know when and if brackets are going to be released, but I'm sure we'll find out in due time what's happening as far as Ben's next matchup in round 2.
And I almost hate to mention this, but this is Adam Witt has been managing a lot. So there's been rumors of him trying to kick out Kaiser and stuff like that. And but they quickly squashed that. It's I could see Adam Witt managing next season, forming his own little faction
easily,
naming the Misfits or something like that, or the Woody Wits or something like that.
Somebody out there said you should name your faction the Sarlacc Wit, Sarlacc Wits or something. I'm like, that's kind of funny.
And he gets his first win of ways. He
was managing this.
He was managing this match, so he gets his first win.
That's true.
In a managerial
I think somebody said that he was managing Vinny or Sabrina when they got a win last season or something like that. I don't remember. I feel like somebody was like, oh, it's his first win ever in any way. And somebody goes, no, he was actually managing.
I think it might have been Vinny.
It was maybe it was Sabrina versus Vinny, and he was managing one of them. I don't remember.
Because Sabrina and Vinny.
I don't know how people remember these things.
I think he did manage Vinny last season when he beat Sabrina.
Maybe.
Huh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But in the context of this season.
But I want to see Adam win in a competitive standpoint.
Yeah, of course.
Get him another Star Wars match or put him in IG. maybe he'll succeed in IG.
Maybe. You never know.
Never know.
But yeah, no. This was a fantastic match. Perry played her heart out. Mm-hmm. It was so much fun to see them in the studio.
Mm-hmm. Not wearing masks for some reason.
I don't know. Maybe they washed their hands a bunch.
Sprayed down those microphones after they're done using them.
Maybe.
Oh, and I do love the jab Perry took at Ben. Shut up, Ben.
Yeah. that just felt like a brother and sister moment. Shut up. That was kind of cute. Yeah. But yeah, no, very excited to see these round 2 matchups because we
haven't seen a bracket yet.
Yeah. So I don't know. Well, on that note, let's see what's happening next week because
this week. Coming up this week.
Shoot. Yeah, you're right. I always do that. How embarrassing.
This comes out on a Monday.
Hold on. I got to find it. Here it is. Christian Harloff posted in the Facebook group. So if there are any discrepancies, don't at me. What he posted was that on the 18th, we're getting an IG tournament match. Saul versus Hannah 2. Saul versus Brandon Hannah 2.
Ooh,
that's going to be a good one.
Rematch of last season.
You're going to have a fired up Saul. You're going to have a lot to prove Hannah. Mm-hmm. So both of them a lot to prove.
I haven't seen Hannah in a while either. When's the last time we saw Hannah in his loss?
That one sudden death match.
No. Because he won that against Zipper, right?
Yeah.
And then he went on against, was it Parker?
Oh.
Yes, it was Robert Parker. Maybe, he lost to Robert Parker.
I forgot about that. But yeah, no, it's going to be good because these are 2 dudes that can talk all day. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be really interested to see that promo and how it plays out because then on the 19th, we get Lightning Liz Shannon Miller versus Diamond David Del Rio in a singles tournament match. David Del Rio, strong showing last time he came out. And Miss Liz
had a rough go in the past couple of singles matches.
Had a little bit of a rough go. She's still a fantastic player. She's doing well in teams. So this will be a great matchup, I think. Miller Del Rio. Then on the 20th, we get Drew McWeeny, the Godfather himself, versus Ty Lieberman in a singles tournament match. Also, I believe, at the Scum and Villainy.
Yep.
And then also on the 20th, we get a really big pay-per-view. We get a singles trajectory to the belt, but outside.
Are both of these the little gauntlets that we have?
It's outside of the singles tournament, but still a path to the goal.
Little gauntlet to the singles title. Who will face the winner of the Irwin Marisol match?
We've got in the pay-per-view. I'm assuming these are both main events, co-main events,
co-overcards.
Yes. We've got Jeff Snyder versus Chance Ellison. Boy.
I haven't seen Jeff since the Shazam match, right?
Been a minute. And then we've also got JTE versus Adam Collins. These are two tremendous matches.
God, so yeah, the winner of these two matches go up against each other in a number one contender match.
And the winner of that faces the winner of Ethan Marisol. So,
whoa, man, what a week. What a week of matches. Oh my God. Are you not entertained?
Yeah, no.
This is a massive week.
Huge. Very exciting. 2 matches for the suspects. I don't see any. No, we're on it this week. Not this week. But yeah, no.
We have big matches coming up too, so.
Very exciting.
Don't worry about us.
Cannot wait to see all of these matches this week. Yeah. So we're going to have a lot to talk about next week. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches. Oh boy.
Oh boy, it's a 5-week week.
Oh boy.
5-match week.
Yeah. So that's that.
All right. So we'll go ahead and here. Star Wars competitor Nicki Dimalanta. Where can they find you online?
You can find me on Twitter at Dimmy, DIMMMYYY.
As for me, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Drew Dimalanta, DIMALANTA. On TikTok at Drew_Dimalanta. Somebody took Drew Dimalanta from me. I don't know how they did it. How many other Drew Dimalantas are there out there? I don't get it.
I'm about to go on their profile.
Yeah. Give it up, son. Give it to the real one.
Give me that name, bro.
Give it to the champ. If you're listening to us on audio form, please follow the feed and rate us.
If you're listening to us on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon in the lower right-hand corner and see when we do things on YouTube.
Which will be Radcast this Friday, we promise. We've reminded Google, we told Google to remind us to record this week. Maybe we'll talk about aliens this time. Maybe we won't.
Ghosts.
Our ghosts, urban myths. You don't know. Tune in to find out what we talk about on Rad. We don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see. Anyways, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. We'll see you next time.